Dr. Nandini AZAD, as the chairperson of the committee, emphasized women's roles in cooperatives and called for actions toward gender mainstreaming and equality on various occasions.
The Asia-Pacific Women's Committee undertook a regional status study on women in cooperatives to assess the situation in the Asia-Pacific region called Gender is More Than a Statistic on Gender Disaggregated Data, a study. The study findings were presented at the Asia-Pacific Cooperative Ministers Conference, APCMC, by me as chair of the study committee who undertook the study. The APMC adopted 30 to 50% representation of women in committees and bodies, councils, and all other higher cooperative structures. The key findings of the study was, while women's representation in cooperatives at higher echelons was not significant at the decision-making levels, the new trends, decisions, issues indicate new thresholds of change for women. The ratio of women chairpersons increased from 7% in 2005 to 10% in 2016. The ratio of women vice chairpersons increased from 18% in 2005 to 23% in 2016. The salient recommendations, amongst others, was gender integration in cooperatives, that is, the following of the Gender Equality Committee, the Women's Empowerment Committee, increasing the membership of women in cooperatives, gender disaggregated data studies, tracking equality indicators such as women's participation in governance, management, and membership, etc. The quest towards achieving gender equality in decision-making in cooperatives began within the ICA-AP committee and ourselves. This was the ICA-AP's first attempt to analyze women CEOs in the region and explore their journey to the top job. To contemplate why they are almost invisible, challenges, opportunities, and solutions, we reached out to women CEOs in the region and the network, Asia-Pacific Network. The objectives were to create awareness on the status of women in leadership positions in cooperatives and also the need to promote gender equality in decision-making, reflecting on the legal policy environment and cooperative governance practices in Asia and Pacific region, identify gaps on how it impacts gender equality at the decision-making level, formulate concrete action points, guidelines for cooperatives to adopt to achieve gender equality. Conscious human resource development planning, HR planning, resulting into equal opportunity for women to get at the position of CEO. Formulate an action plan for ICA-AP to support, monitor, and evaluate progress in gender equality. A regional webinar was held on the impact of COVID-19 on women cooperators in the Asia and Pacific. And we held this in 2020. The discussions during the webinar showed that COVID-19 severely affected women in all the sectors. Members discussed the economic and non-impact of COVID on women both in the formal and in the informal sectors of countries. Members discussed the actions and wanted to find ways that the cooperatives could support women, their cooperative business and communities. The other webinar which we held in Chennai at the Indian Cooperative Network for Women was very useful and very much appreciated by Madam Chitto-san and the JCCU team and the ICA-AP. This was on training of trainers program on digital financial inclusion of women cooperators at the grassroots, organized for 3 days in September 2020 by WWF and ICNW. The objective of the TOT was to build technical skills of women members of primary savings and credit societies. The TOT not only helped in building the technical capacities of women, but also instilling confidence in them to use digital banking during future uncertainty and emerging. This would ensure that they could continue with the business without being dependent on others and have timely access to hard-earned credit.